So my name's Amanda Latham and my job title is Director of Sustainable Investment. The business that I work for is investment manager. So that means that we own different investments in companies, and particularly my company focuses on infrastructure. So that's things like companies that are utilities or airports and ports. So things that are vital for the community is the kind of investments that we work with. In my job, I do things like prepare for presentations, attend conferences, speak to clients and investors, so people that work with our company. And I also review investment documents and make sure that they contain the right information about sustainable investment, and also work with our teams on implementing our strategy around sustainability across different investments that we have. So the main skills for the type of job that I do is things like being able to be analytical and to influence people and engage with people. So speak to people about lots of different issues. So in sustainability, the type of issues you might talk about would be things like climate change or nature, and also issues about people, so communities and social issues like that. You can even, get information through podcasts and other places like that. So if you like to keep up to date with issues and information, it's an area that changes really rapidly. So there's always a lot of new things to learn. I think the best bits of the job are getting to see things really change for people on the ground. So when you invest in an area and that creates, more jobs for people, or it brings vital services to those communities. The worst thing of the job is that there is so much to do. We're probably a bit behind on sustainability globally, and it's really important that, more people come and work in this area. So if it's something that you're interested in, I definitely would recommend it. In terms of the training I had and the education for my role, I did do an undergraduate degree in law, and I also did sociology and politics alongside. There are lots of different ways into the investment industry. A lot of people do go through university, but there's also apprenticeships and intern schemes for different people. There's different ways that you can get the kind of skills that you might need. I didn't come straight into investment. I worked in a lot of different areas beforehand. I've worked for the local council and I've worked for public organisations as well as for charities. So it's not necessary that you have to go into it straight away, but people do go straight from school or university as well. So the sort of salaries in the investment management industry, they tend to be fairly well paid for people coming in. So the lower level will be sort of 25 to 30,000 for entry level people. And people will often come in on even higher, sort of 45 to 60 for some graduates and some particular specific roles in the industry. But I think one of the really positive things about working in the industry is sustainable investment. So it's thinking about much broader than just the financial returns that investments can make, but thinking about the environmental impacts, the social improvements that can go alongside the jobs, the improved conditions for people. So in terms of difficult things I've dealt with in my career, I've had a number of roles that have ended where my contract's been ended because of cutbacks in the public sector and roles not existing anymore. So each time that's happened, it's been really disappointing and financially difficult. But what I have done is just kept going, looking for other roles, anything that has something that might interest me. So I think if you wanted to work in sustainable investment, some things that you might think about doing is looking at different investment companies. They do offer school placements and some do work experience and intern roles. And lots of those intern roles are paid roles, so they're things that you might want to look at. Sustainability is really, really broad. There's loads of different topics that fit into that. So getting some knowledge about different areas, finding out what interests you, whether it's water use or house building or climate change or nature and biodiversity. When I was 15, I wanted to be either physiotherapist or the Prime Minister. So it was fairly very different things that I was interested in. I nearly did chemistry, and then I was going to do forensic chemistry, and then I ended up doing totally different stuff. But my friend who did do chemistry, he came out and for a while worked in for solver paints, testing products off the assembly line, doing quality assurance. Literally there are so many different science jobs. And I was like, whoa, there's so much stuff you just have no idea that would exist.